Trying to get the Corte Inglés bag out of the way.
Yeah, get out of the way. Don't want to. We're not sponsored.
The point of this documentary is to discover what on earth are you still doing here?
The thing is, yeah, we ended up buying a house.
Yeah.
When are you going home?
Never. Something cataclysmic would have to happen for me to actually go back and live in Dublin.
I probably wouldn't have joined a music band because I would have thought back home people would have laughed at me.
And I think overcoming fears is what this whole journey has been about.
I think they should ask for really professionals. I don't mind where they are from, whether you are native or non-native.
Okay, testing.
Testicles.
Like I said to my little daughter, I says, give us buy us one, when I'm old enough, boina, and I'll walk around with a Basque hat on.
Try and blend in with the chapela.
But then people always say, you look like a guinea.
So now I think I just got to a point where I thought, you know what, I'm just tired of fighting against my destiny.
So you take your clothes off as well?
I don't
the naked truth. Cheers.
Okay. Hello. Okay. Thanks for coming over.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yes, but you've come over from Bilbao, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, all the way from Bilbao.
All the way, so far. You all the way from where the airport is.
That's right. Okay, I arrived in Bilbao 30 years ago. I went there for a year.
Yes, that's a common story.
I started in this sort of profession because I'd spent a year in Colombia in my year out.
Wow.
Sharing a flat with 2 people at the British Council, and I thought, this is great, this is the way to see the world and travel and whatever. So I went back, finished my degree, did a CELTA, and applied for jobs in Spain. Yeah. And I was offered one in Lleida, which is freezing fog or very hot. One in a convent school in Madrid, which really wasn't my style, and one in a place called Las Sirenas, and I thought, that sounds so nice, I want to go there. And I got there and it was called Las Arenas, but even so, on the phone it was Las Sirenas. Nice. And 2 weeks after I arrived, it was the Fiestas de las Mercedes.
Okay.
I met my husband, and
that was
never escaped. So I've been here ever since, and worked for a little school, worked for International House for some years. That closed, and we took it over, and I was like owner, co-owner for 11 years.
Wow.
The place, and I decided that I really needed to get a proper job where I could be paid rather than having to pay people and cleaning and stuff.
I went through exactly the same process. I've been a slave to 15 other teachers, and it just didn't work out.
Okay, I went to work for the council, for the British Council.
Yeah, right.
And as far as people back home are concerned, that's a proper job.
Yeah.
It sounds like something, a real thing.
Yes, properly, on a career path.
A career path. But I've been there for years and years, and I'll stay there for years and years. But I enjoy it,
Yeah.
I mean, Bilbao's a nice place to live in.
Yes, the big sprawling metropolis.
It's very small. I'm always surprised when people come and say, oh yes, Bilbao's so big. And you're like, have you been to London?
Yeah, the last 30 years must have been amazing to have seen that transformation.
Yeah, it really has. The Bilbaínos are so proud, like Bilbao is the
it was the centre of the earth, centre of the world before, wasn't it? Really?
And now it's even more.
Now it's the beautiful centre.
Yeah.
I
like that.
They deserve to be proud about it.
Oh yeah. No. You come to the Basque Country and people are really proud of where they're from, aren't they?
Absolutely.
I really like
they shove
that.
it in your face as well, to a large extent. But it's wonderful. It's great. I love it.
Yeah. When my kids were doing berzos at school or something, or doing racing with chingas, and I thought that was brilliant. If somebody did say, I'm a Morris dancer.
Yeah, that's totally right.
You'd just be so embarrassed for them.
Yeah, dancing here is a great positive thing that everyone does, and you're not embarrassed to do it. Mm-hmm. Back in Britain, if you're a Morris dancer, my sister's a Morris dancer.
Oh, sorry.
We tend to criticise Morris dancing in Britain as something silly for people in villages, really, and we don't
And
appreciate
there are people
what
in
is-
villages who love it, and I think, I think that's really good.
Yes. So you've brought up your kids here doing a proper job.
Well,
So,
they're trilingual.
isn't that great?
They feel very Basque as well.
Yeah.
They love going back to Britain,
Yeah.
but you know they're definitely they're Basque kids. They stayed at home to go to university.
Yeah.
They will leave at some point. But I've become a Basque mother because I don't want them to leave now. You know. It's
Yes, that's an important thing.
No, I like it here. I can't see anything that would make me want to go back to Britain.
Yeah.
I remember when I first arrived in Bilbao, and everybody said, "Oh, you know, the Sidi Mili all the time.
Yeah.
It's always drizzling."
Well, I stayed in a hotel called Sidi Mili.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've never been to a place where they, maybe Ireland, but they celebrate their drizzle.
Oh yeah.
It's part of their identity.
Oh, they talk about the weather all the time.
Right.
But I think there's a lot to talk about.
Yes, yeah. I like it because you get the proper seasons. At least here in Alaba, it's serious seasons. It's freezing, it's boiling, it's rains and it's windy and it's cloudy and there's blue skies. There's everything here. What about the food? Are you a fan of the Basques always talk about their wonderful Basque food? And it can get a bit monotonous at times in the sense that they're always talking it's the best food in the world, but it is pretty damn good.
It is good. It is good. One of the things is how they'll sit down to an amazing meal, and the conversation will be about the next amazing meal. So concentrate on what you're eating.
They're obsessed.
My husband does he really likes cooking, so he's another a real good Basque man he doesn't have a choco.
Oh,
But
you married somebody without a choco.
well, I married somebody without a cuadrilla.
Oh, I was lucky to find a quadrilla through playing five-a-side football, and they were amazing to me. And they made me Vitoriano by taking me to the La Union bar in the Plaza Nueva here, and I was lucky to get that great group of really nice people and fit in straight away. But it was through football. After the first game, basically, it was like, "You coming for lunch?" And I didn't understand well, but I understood lunch. And, yeah, okay. And I went with two of them just to have menu del dia, and that became a typical habit. And just started going out on the Fridays and the Saturdays with them, and it was amazing. It was a great introduction into life in the Basque Country in Vitoria. And it is nice to be English in the Basque Country, isn't it? Well, I expect it to be Irish or Scottish or Welsh, maybe even better.
That's true.
If you're English and in Bilbao, you've got no problem.
That's true.
There's so many connections, industrially, culturally.
Football.
Just talk about the Corinna and you've got a whole
yes,
conversation there. So, Rebecca, what on earth are you still doing here?
I asked myself the same question, but to tell you the truth, I like it here. I like it a lot, and I really don't want to go back to Britain.
You don't want to go
happy
back to
here.
Britain?
Especially not at the moment.
I haven't done my paperwork to become a Spanish citizen yet, because it's never been required, so I've never got round to it.
I'm so indecisive. I haven't done it yet. I went into Eroski the other day, and they were trying to get me to have a Eroski credit card.
Okay, yeah.
And then she looked at me. I hadn't even spoken to her, and she said, "Pero necesitas vivir aquí y tener una cuenta bancaria aquí." I'm like, "Yeah, okay. I've been here for a very long time. I know I don't look as a..." So yeah. One day I will. If it's necessary, I'll do it. But
Yeah.
I'm happy here.
Brilliant. Thank you ever so much for coming over. Appreciate you making an effort to come over on a boiling hot day.
Air conditioning in the car, no problem.
Ah.
No problem at all.
It's great. Okay, thanks very much. Thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I always think when people complain about, "Oh, have to go to work," and you think, "Hey, we're on holiday here. This is like we could be anywhere. We could be in a Pebble Dash semi in Britain, but we're not. We're here, and it's the sun shining. And if we wanted to leave, we could leave, but we don't want to leave.
Even on those miserable, wet, rainy February mornings.
But they're good. You've got to have that to have the sunshine. It's great."